General Motors is under fire tonight. The U.S. government is investigating whether the car company was slow to report a safety problem that's now being blamed for 13 deaths. 1.6 million compact cars are now being recalled in North America because of the potentially dangerous ignition switch malfunction, a problem the company first noticed a decade ago. Jennifer Tryon reports.
Even when the car is running, a gentle tug, a bump in the road, or the weight of a heavy keychain. That's all it takes to inadvertently disable the ignition switch, potentially knocking out the brakes and the airbags.
There's just not enough tension to keep the key in the on position.
The flaw has now been detected in more than 1.6 million General Motors vehicles sold in North America. The Saturn Ion, the Chevrolet HHR, Pontiac Solist, and Saturn Sky. They're being added to two other vehicles with the same problem, the Chevy Cobalt and Pontiac G5. The defect can knock out the brakes and the airbags while driving, and the company may have tried to cover it up. GM has known about the problem with the cars since 2004. It issued a bulletin to customers warning them not to dangle anything too heavy from their keychains. But fewer than 500 cars ever got fixed. The U.S. government is now investigating how much General Motors knew and when, and why it took so long to notify customers.
Despite all this action by GM, despite all the action by the federal government, there was no safety recall, and at least 13 people have died as a result,
including one death in Canada.
That was her brother's wedding, I believe.
This American's daughter was killed when the airbags weren't deployed in her car. She had never been contacted about the defect by GM.
Every day we go, I wonder what happened.
And many Canadian customers, too, have been left in the dark.
No, I had no idea.
She's now trying to sell her Solstice, unaware it's been recalled.
I think that's pretty dangerous.
GM is promising to re-engineer the ignition, but the parts won't be available until April. Jennifer Tryon, Global News, Toronto.